All right. Well, I am so excited that you guys are joining us tonight. As you all know, Crystal Jackson here. For some that haven't met me, I am your executive director, and such a privilege to be able to have that wonderful little title to actually get to lead you every single day. So what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to do a quick little tutorial on Canva. I'm not going to spend a super long time because honestly, you can spend a long time learning Canva. I'm just going to show you some of the basics so that you can get in there and play with it more as you're doing your own pictures, because I will tell you, I was super new to Canva less than a year ago. I had no clue how to use it and had to just do exactly what you guys do. Jump in and learn from there. And so with every little thing that I do, I'm constantly learning more. So we're just going to kind of start going to canva.com. If you can be on your computer and do these steps at the same time, I highly recommend it. Or definitely take notes, because if you're anything like me, just watching me and not writing anything down or following along, you won't remember any of it later, or at least I wouldn't personally. So if you're able to follow along on the computer, that would be great. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can look at what's got going here. Let's see, I think it's this one. All right, so do y'all see my Google screen?
Yeah.
Just google.com? Okay, perfect. So you want to go to just canva.com. For me, I'm in it all the time, so I just have it saved on my favorites at the top of the screen. So just to show you really quick, as you're making things, I'll show you how to download the pictures and save them. But I save a lot of my pictures and download them because a lot of them I like to come back and make changes to. And in order to be able to make changes to it, you have to download it and save it. So, you know, like this one right here that says, let's get a challenge update. I might want to use a different picture next time or say something different. So I just saved it the other day so that I can come back to it at another time. So I know we haven't even gone over how to create a design, but from this particular area, to be able to do a duplicate, you would just hover over whatever picture it is, click the drop down, and you can either, you know, make a copy of it if you want to keep your original, or if you don't care about the original, you want to change the same one, then you can click directly on it and it automatically will pull it up for you in a new screen. Do y'all see the new screen? Okay, perfect. Sometimes I click on things and it doesn't actually show you what I'm doing. So this would be your opportunity to change something that's already there. So we're going to start from scratch tonight. So I'm just going to X out of that. So when you come here, you're going to see pretty much what, when you don't have anything else, you'll most likely see all of these things as options. If you don't see all of them as options, all I did was click on create a design, so that you can see all the different available options they provide. It's a little overwhelming, and honestly, it doesn't matter. I use just a couple of these. Sandy, do you do pretty much the same thing?
I mainly use social media and then the header one, and
Yep.
that's pretty much.
That is pretty much it. So this one is my favorite, waffles. Easy to remember because we all like waffles. So this is the main one that I'm using all the time. And then if I need to create a banner or like an event cover, you can come down here and you've got like Facebook event cover, Facebook cover, these kind of things. Now, if you're super cool and you've got all these other available options and you want to make pictures for them, grand. I have Facebook and I can barely keep up with it. So I'm not going to have Instagram. I'm not going to have other things, but mainly this. So we're going to click on the waffles to make a Facebook post. So when you get here, you have a complete blank screen. It's just like an artist. You can do whatever the heck you want. So over here on the side, these are where you have the different options. So with layout, when you hover over things, if you see this lovely little dollar sign, that means it's going to cost you money to use it. I don't use any of those. I don't want to pay. See, Sandy doesn't either. And I'm sure other people are shaking their heads. I can only see 4 of us though. So if it has the dollar sign, I just skip it. If you want to use it and it's free, even better. So if you click on this, it's automatically going to fill in the whole picture for you, and you can come in here and you can change the text. So say I'm just going to change it to Teachers Rock because they don't get paid enough. And then come over here. I don't like that color. It's ugly. My favorite color is hot pink. So I think I'll change it to hot pink. And then that size, it's not big enough. I want Teachers Rock to be even bigger. So we're going to do it at 48. Oh, I now put it in the middle of the line. So you hover over the top, find that lovely little, I don't even know what it's called. It goes from a cursor look to this look. Kind of like a little star or something, I don't know. So you can pick it up and move it wherever you want to. It's super friendly. And put it right there on top, move it however you want. And then if you don't like the font, great thing is you don't have to highlight it every time as long as you are within this box. So you want to change the font, come over here to the font area. It doesn't say font, it just gives you the name of it. And you scroll through a ton of fonts. So learn from me, like don't get bogged down in a font, because you can be here for a really long time. So after a few times, you'll kind of have your favorites. I love Sunday. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. And then you can, kind of change around each box. If you don't want whatever it gives you, great. No harm, no foul. As long as you're on it, come over here to the right-hand side, delete it. Great, it's gone. And if you delete things and you didn't mean to, like I do a lot, you can come over to the other side and do a quick undo, and it puts it right back where it was. So kind of gone over this left-hand side. I honestly have never used spacing. I'm sure it has to do with, there you go, spreading it out, all those good things, line height, where it is within the little box. Yeah, so I've never actually jacked with them, but it's there. Some other options for you as well. If you've got, like you've done a bunch of stuff to this box. We've changed it all up and we want that exact same box somewhere else, but we don't want to go through the same process of repeating those selections. You can just click copy, it gives you the exact same box, and you can move it wherever you want. Change the fonts. Let's see, Teachers Rock at the end. I mean, it says it all. So there you go. And I know we have a couple of teachers, actually I think 3 teachers on the call with us that I'm aware of. So if you say you put, we want to move this around, and for whatever reason, we want that one to be on top or behind, you can arrange things from the front to the back. You can move them back and forward. That's really a lot to do with pictures. Or you can even put it behind that line. So each time you click back, it's going to put it back behind something else, bring it back forward and forward. Or you can do the transparency of things, and it kind of is just going to make it lighter. So there's so many different things that you can do with this. And this is just one, obviously. So if you've decided like, okay, I don't like this at all, I want to scrap it, then we'll just, you can start deleting things off. I don't like any of it, get rid of it. You can also close down the page and come back. We're just going to delete it for there. I honestly rarely use these big guys because it's formatted a certain way. I usually like to build my own, but in the beginning when I wasn't really sure, it's nice to have something to just like, oh, here, it's a cool pic. I think I'll just put in a couple of things and I'll call it done. So again, completely up to you what you want to do. I typically kind of go to uploads because a lot of times we're using our own pictures. So when you go to uploads, you'll see that I have a ton of uploads that I've gotten from, somewhere else on the website. Another group, our Making Waves page, something you got out of the catalog, from Consultants Corner under the marketing imagery area. All of those places, you find your own images and you upload. And it just takes you to, your file area on your computer. Or if you have something that you've downloaded, if your computer's like mine puts it down here at the bottom of the page. So like something I saved just last night is down here at the bottom. So I've got this King of the Grills that was here. So you can actually take it, if your computer's like mine, operating systems are different, so I will not blanket statement that this works on every single computer. But if yours saves a file to the bottom like mine does down here, you can pick these up and just drag them right inside of it, and it saves you from having to go through the upload process. So we'll just use this King of the Grills and say you click on it, it automatically brings it over here to the page for you. So, you know, we don't need it to be so big. So say we'll put it over here on the side. All right, so we got all this room left to do stuff. You can come over here, you can change the background to whatever color you want. There's, again, you see the free option. So there's some layouts that are free. That goes down so far. Then you have the ones that cost money. If you want to spend money on it, by all means, knock yourself out. I've never spent a dime in Canva, and I don't ever plan to. So that's my personal recommendation. And they change very quickly between them. So you can look at it and kind of just say, okay, well, what do I like? And keep going till you find something that you really, really want to go with. And the cool thing is if you pick, you know, like you've got your solid color, that's a little not the orange I want. Great. Go up here to the plus sign and let's adjust it. All right, okay, I kind of like this better, but maybe I want it a little darker. Ooh, that looks like mustard. I don't know, it was weird. I don't know. So I didn't pick a very good color to example off of. But nonetheless, you can see that you can change the color however you want to. So we'll just leave it with this one. So we've got, you know, a picture in the corner. You've got your backdrop of just plain color behind it. So let's grab some text. All right, so the text area is super fun. I love the text area because you can do whatever the heck you want to. I wasn't a super creative person when I first started this, so I used a lot of what they had here already prepared. It's free. You're basically, you know, you click on practice makes perfect. You're just going to go in and change each word to exactly what you want it to say. You're going to change the font, change the font, change the color, move it around if there's anything that you want to do to it. Or if you don't like anything that you see, which this goes down for quite a bit on all of these options. So, oh, I want to do this instead. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Oh, the colors kind of go nice together. Text here, I might use this instead. So you can add in things there. Again, this is kind of like the color scheme and everything else in Canva. It's super helpful, it's super fabulous, but you can also waste a lot of times trying to perfect a photo. Anybody else want to raise their hand on that one? Awesome. Yes, I was like, I can see Sandy and Shay right now, and I have a feeling they will raise their hand. So you want to pick something, make it look cute, make it look professional, but not spend a ton of time on it. So if you just want to create your own wording, I want to say exactly what I want to say, the way I want to say it. I don't want one of those formats. Then you've got 3 different like size options to start with. They almost always dump it right in the middle of the screen. And you just pick it up and move it wherever you want. So if I want to come over here and I want to say making waves, then again, you go to your different options, change around our size, our colors, our fonts, and pick whatever it is that you want to. So for now, we're just going to do that because we have something on there. All right, so say you've got something on here, you're happy about it, and I guess I should make something that actually makes sense with this. Who's the king in your house? So that's a little too big because it's not, you know, you can kind of grab this edge, stretch it across to be at the top. Okay, that's still a little too big. I don't want it on 2 lines. So we'll just keep going down till it's all on one. All right. Who's? All right, so who's the king in your house? Don't y'all think that would look good with a line under it? It's kind of a header at the top. So that's where you come over here to elements. So once you're in elements, it opens up a whole new world of fun stuff. So every little box that you click on is more fun. And I laugh about this, but I'm not kidding, guys. Like, don't spend forever in Canva trying to make a picture absolutely perfect. So free photos are things that they have provided that if you want to use it, like, oh, this one looks, let's see. There's some that have to do with food or something. I'm not going to spend forever trying to find something that we're not even going to actually be using. But, oh, here's one that's fun. Has nothing to do with what we're doing. But you can, like, even stretch it across if you're wanting to use that as a background. You stretch it across, it automatically pops to your background. or you can keep something, you know, up in the corner, however, but those are their free photos that you don't have to go find anything else if you want to use it. Okay, so there's grids if you wanted to have started from the beginning with a grid, or I'm going to show you all something really cool that I do all the time. And I'm actually going to, let's see, I'll open up a new one. Let's see, which one do I not mind if I mess with? Okay, we will mess with this one. All right, so say someone's already created something and you want to make a change to it. You don't like what they say, their info's on it, whatever. So you would go over to Elements, go to Grids, and then I grab this guy right here, the big giant one. And I make it really small, depending on what I'm covering up. So say I want to cover up I Can. I'm just going to pull this across to kind of cover that up, and then you're going to change the coloring to it. So this is not the best picture because it does have like fading and shading in it, so you're not going to be able to match it exactly, but we'll start with black because obviously that's a pretty good one for this. Let's see if we can match it a little closer. So you might be able to kind of fade out the black just a smidge. And this is something that you do have to kind of play with a little bit. So you can see over here that you can definitely tell that I covered it up. But if that had been right over here in this area, you could cover it up completely and nobody would ever know. So I do this little trick all the time to cover things up. If you don't like any of this chunk, cover it all up. Like, I don't like any of that. I'm going to start over. It's however you want to do. It's just kind of depending on what the background is. So like I said, off the top of my head, I just picked a picture. So this is not the best one because you can't completely cover up the color and be able to still use the picture. But this is the way, by going to grids and grabbing this guy and sizing it down, is how you cover things up that are on another picture. Because I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'll see a picture and I don't like the wording that they put on it, or I don't want their consultant information on it. So then you just go out and you kind of grab something like this to cover it up and then make it what you want. Okay. Whoopsies. That was one for another earlier. Okay. So we've got King of the House. So the grids, honestly, you can see all the different ways that you can do grids, kind of depend on your pictures. And I just did one last night with pictures of Ashlyn when we were cooking in the kitchen the other day. So basically when you're doing a grid, you just drag the pictures from, you know, from your uploads over straight into the area. So I'll show you all that really quick so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if I'm going too fast at any point, somebody raise their hand or just tell me. But I know this call's not intended to be longer than 30 minutes, so I'm trying to go through when there's so much information that I can share on Canva. So you grab it.
All this is just for like.
We'll put that one on there and say we want to do, so you just drag across and it drops it straight in there for you. It aligns it. You don't have to worry about it. Makes it look really nice and professional. And then you see you've got the white lines in between. So that's when you would go back to the background. So I want to change my background. I don't want it to just be white. So do I want it to look like this? Or do I want it to be pink or blue? Oh, I kind of like blue. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, red. That looks good. So you just kind of change it around to what it is that you want the picture to look like. Based on, I usually base it on what the pictures are already there, what complements it best. So does that make sense on the grids? I know a lot of you are on mute, so you can say yes or no with your head. All right. Thank you for the head nods. All right. I'm such good students. So then you can go into, you know, like shapes. If you want to add a fun shape, all of the free stuff is at the top of each section. So the longer you scroll, you're going to get closer to the things that are going to cost you money. But, you know, if you have a shape, it's just like anything else. You can change the color to it if you want to. Then you can grab and add a text box over the top of it. So a lot of the things is you go one place, grab something, and you do the exact same steps to it based on what it is that you want to accomplish. Lines, because I know we were going to lines to grab one for under this. I can't for the life of me find just a straight line. So I don't know if anybody else can find just a solid straight line with nothing on the tips. Shay, have you found one?
No.
I can't. No? Okay. Everything has some form of a tip on the end of it, but you just pick the line that you want. And again, you just move it up here. I want to make it longer. I want to make it longer. So there's illustrations that you can look at, fun little things in it. There's also icons, all kinds of icons. I'm not even going to scroll through them all. I have actually never used charts before, but you can use charts. I think if I had to take a wild guess, Sandy has used these because she uses them with her team. And then just fun little Canva art, which is where I got the one for the talk for tonight. I love Canva, like I heart Canva, and then I added text, so can you, or you can too, or something like that. So say we are at the end of whatever it is that we've done with our picture, which of course this one is not anywhere near being done for anything, but you want to save it. All right, so definitely want to click the download button. You can do the PNG, JPEG, whatever. I just leave it on the recommended personally, so I'm not jacking with it every single time. Once you've downloaded it, it's going to prepare it. If it comes up, I've had this happen before where it's like it has a little error in the middle of preparing it. Just, you know, click X out, try it again. Sometimes I have had to like close down, come back. But most of the time, I would say 9 times out of 10, I don't ever have a problem. So if you want to share it directly, you can. I don't think I've ever done this process. I just close it out, and it's now down here at the bottom of my screen. So you double click on it, there it is. So I'm not going to need this picture for anything else because it serves no purpose whatsoever outside of our training. But once you go back to Canva, you can tell these are the ones that we were working on because they're kind of in the process of being saved. So once you go out and come back in, they're going to be there for you as well. All right, let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else. So I think those were my main tips that I wanted to share. So we have just a few minutes left. Are there any questions or extra comments that any other Canva experts want to share?
Where did you get Canva?
Ooh, we got some feedback. Okay. Lisa, try again.
Where did you get Canva?
Can you hear me?
Website.
Can you, yeah, put your phone up next to you.
Where did you get Canva? Because I missed that beginning part, so I didn't know if you said.
Oh, okay. Canva is just a website. So you just go to www.canva.com.
Oh, okay. Is it something you pay for, or is it a free service? Free download?
It's free. Yeah, you just create yourself a login for the website so that it can actually save it for you, but it's all free.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Crystal, I'll add that there is an app, but the app is not very good. So stay away from the app. Use it on the computer.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I don't have the app.
There's very little options with the app.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Okay,
so
anybody else?
you don't use this inside of the chair?
Okay, so for those that, do you use it a lot inside SenseShare, Shay?
That's the only way I've ever done it. I've
Okay.
never done it.
So I have a love-hate relationship with that because if you do it inside SenseShare, it does not save it for you here.
Okay, that's been my problem all this time. So I have nothing I've ever made.
Yes.
Okay.
So it kind of irks me because for those that are new and kind of wondering what Shay's talking about, like when you're on SenseShare, sorry, don't be overwhelmed, SenseShare.com, log in and you go here and like you're ready to schedule a post for a virtual party and you're like, la, 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 I want to tell you about something. You can actually do this design with Canva and do a post and it'll bring the picture right in here for you. And that's super awesome and handy. But at the end of the day, they don't save that picture for you in Canva and you can never go back and change it. So I personally like I would say 9 times out of 10, go to canva.com and create it there. And then it comes down here to the bottom and I drag it up here and upload it to SenseShare. Personally, if yours doesn't do this whole drag and drop up here, you just choose a file and it's right inside of your computer, just like everything else. So I'm glad that we introduced you to canva.com, Shay.
Me too.
All right, any other questions, guys?
No?
No, pretty crystal clear?
Yeah, I've got a quick question. So
Yeah.
this past week on Making Waves, it was being posted that some of the pictures are causing problems in Facebook. So is part of that there was something on the picture, or is it that we need to do something to a picture like Canva and rename it so that Facebook doesn't tag the picture as spam?
Okay, yeah, so every once in a while, Facebook does this. I would say every 3 months, they kind of start cracking down on the pictures, and it's an issue for just a little bit. Like, they'll crack down on the pictures, they'll crack down on wording. Like, we never know exactly what it is. That's why we always tell you to tweak the wording so it's different. And on the pictures, if you ever feel like you're worried about a picture or anything like that, you can definitely just pull it into Canva and change the background, add something different to it, you know, just kind of tweak it a little bit so that it is different. So I would say that a majority of the time it is not the picture, it's the wording. People don't change the words.
Okay, yeah, I've been really careful to personalize what I post, but we saw this week that there was some pictures, and I didn't, for some reason, choose the pictures that were causing a problem. So, but I had downloaded one, so I just deleted it.
Yeah, and I do, the gray mini baker was a problem. That particular picture caused a lot of problems for people, but it's been I don't know, at least before Christmas, if not before that, since we've had a problem with a picture.
Okay.
Most of the time it's just wording. So thanks for asking though, Laura. Absolutely. Okay, any other questions?
I have a question. When you pull from SenseShare, pull it to Canva, I mean, is that directly from SenseShare, or is that from the script that's saved in Evernote that we're pulling into SenseShare? I mean, because I'm brand new, so I don't know how that would be pulled over to change it.
Okay, so I'm kind of having a hard time hearing you, so let me make sure what I heard is correct. Are you wondering where we're getting those initial pictures from?
I guess maybe if I was, yes, and like if I'm pulling pictures from the Evernote script to SenseShare, but if I want to change it, how do I go about changing it then? How do I pull it to Canva?
Okay, so like if you are in, let's see, I've been having, let's see if it's going to play nice tonight. So if I'm looking at the outline, can everybody see the outline? Okay, so if you've got one of these and you want to change the picture before we put it into SenseShare, so we've taken it, this is Evernote. And so for me, the way my computer system now works, my one before did not work this way, but the current one is I can click on this little arrow, this download, and it's going to bring it to the bottom of my screen as this little image. And then I go over to Canva and I say I want to create a design. And then I take that image that I downloaded at the bottom of the screen and I pull it up into the uploads area and just let go. And it starts loading it. And then click on it and it brings it to the center of the page. So once you're here, you can tweak it any way that you want to. So like maybe I'm gonna add an extra background to the back of it. And let's see, I might go over to elements and what about a fun shape? Because that'll change it up. So I'll grab a circle, make the circle kind of small, and maybe I'm gonna pull it over the top of that area. Let's make it, ooh, yellow. Ooh, yuck, that's too bright. All right, So we'll just kind of make it this orange for right now, and say we'll grab some text and we'll say March guest special. So you can readjust the sizing and pull that over the top, adjust the font, you know, the font and all of that good stuff. But right there, if I was to, and for me personally, the other added thing, I'm so glad that you asked this, so this came up. Do y'all know what the snipping tool is on your computer? Mine's right here. And it pops up with this little box, a snipping tool. This is my best friend in the entire world. So it's on every computer in some way, form, or fashion. So I suggest Googling how to find the snipping tool on your computer, because it's different for Macs, it's different for PCs. I originally found mine by using like the search box, like when you search your programs. So Google is your best friend. If you can't figure something out, definitely Google. I have no clue how to find it on a Mac. Like, I don't have one.
What's it called? What's it called? The snipping tool?
The snipping tool. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So what
I'm not on video.
Do what?
I'm not on video, so I just wanted to get the name of it so I can look it up on my.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Cookie. I didn't realize you weren't on video. Yeah, so the snipping tool to find it on your computer. So when I'm ready to finish this, obviously I don't want this whole big giant picture to be used. So I just click on New, and it kind of darkens out my computer. And I can come over here and I can say, okay, I think I want this much of all of this. And that's my new picture. Can y'all see the new one?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah?
Thank you so much, Crystal. I've never used that before.
You've never seen it? Oh my gosh, this is my best friend. I use this
This changed my life.
all the time. All the time. I love the snipping tool. Love it. Like, I don't use screenshot. I use the snipping tool. So, you know, if you see this and you're like, oh, I like the March guest part, but this area looks blank, you know, just don't save it. Go back in and add something right here. You know, add a little text box or something like that. But these are the ways, if I'm going to change a picture from the Evernote document, Rhonda, I grab it, come in here, make a few changes, save it again as the snipping tool, and then go from there. Any other questions? Did that help, Rhonda? Okay, perfect. It's okay, I saw your head shake. It's okay. So yeah, just side note on the snipping tool, if say you are on, like on the home page of Consultants Corner, you want to use something or something like that, then you can grab not the mail, I'm not shipping anything, the snipping tool, and say new, and I want to use, like, I just want to use this amount. Then that's all you get. So this is a huge fan favorite of mine, and I highly, highly recommend adding that to your repertoire. So I am going to come off of the shared screen, if I can remember how. Does anybody else have any questions? No? All right, well, that was pretty much all that I wanted to chat with you guys about tonight. So if there are no other questions, then we can just end our call for this evening.
Thank you. That was awesome.
You are very welcome, and I will get the recording posted, so if anybody needs to watch it again, you're more than welcome to watch it again as soon as I remember how to take it off of shared screen. Gotta love it when a non-technology person is in charge of something.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great night, okay?
Thanks.
Good night.
Thanks. Good night.